So you've decided you're going to play Final Fantasy, or you're a seasoned player that's looking to tweak your setup. This video is all about how to build an empire that's strong on defense. I'm going to stress here that I'm not talking about a trap empire or a trap account. That is a whole other beast that requires way more time than we have in this one video. So let's cover off the basics. When you first create your account, the tiles are blank and you can build whatever and however many you like of each building. Each building has a different purpose. For this video, we are going to be talking only about the ones that can be built within your wall, and they are the banks, barracks, and hospital wards. Banks provide the resource gil, and later on coin, banknotes, etc. as you level up. Wards protect your troops by increasing your hospital capacity, and barracks add to your training queue, allowing you to train more troops at a time in the training grounds. So at first glance, you may decide to build an even amount of each. What you may not initially see is that each building also offers a boost to your troops. Banks offer an armor boost, and they offer a boost per building, which accumulates the more you have. Wards offer a HP boost, and barracks provide an attack boost. Leveling up can be slow, and it can be really tempting to level up only one of each building in order to fill the requirements for the next Citadel level. However, keep in mind that if you do, your other buildings are at a reduced boost rate to the one that you have taken up, and you can be getting a lot more boosts from having all of those at the same level, especially when you're looking at the defense boosts for HP and armor. So what's the right balance? Well, we currently have the ability to build 14 of these inside our wall. Before you start building, there are a couple of things that need to be considered. Are you entering an older realm with higher level players, or is it a new realm? Do you plan on spending and accelerating your growth to catch up, or will you be grinding like everyone else? As I've said previously, we want to try and gear these videos towards people that aren't going to spend. Obviously, if you're going to spend, the rate on which you think you will catch up will determine whether or not you're going to build a defensive base or an attack base. So let's assume you're going to grind. It's going to take you a long time to build up your troops and resources, so you want to protect that as best you can, which means more wards and banks than barracks, a defensive setup that's high on HP boost and high on armor. I personally would build 3 barracks, 4 banks, and 7 wards. Then we move on to research. Always do your defensive research first, no matter what level you are at, and make sure it's maxed out. Even at the higher levels of gameplay, on our server we have T7 emerging, which is Tier 7 troops. Players with maximum Tier 5 troop capacities filled are being burnt with incorrect setups. These are the same players that rushed their combat research and neglected defense. So unless you are at the highest tier troop type on your server, the rule is defense research first. The main defense tree in the university is where we will start. You'll see that there are traps in here. Unfortunately, we have to cover that in another video too. There's too much to know about them for this time. The main items to check off are the city defense HP, armor, and attack, as well as hospital healing speed and capacity. As you unlock the next level of traps and defensive research, you'll see that there are increased levels of this research too. They all need to be done at some point as they become available to you. There is also defensive research available to you in the Adventurer research. This is free research, often overlooked. Lunar gifts provide the shards you need daily, along with prizes for events, which are usually pretty easy to complete, such as gathering events, guild help events, and so on. Once again, look for the city defense researchers here. You can also do the hospital capacity and reinforcement capacity too. The more space you have for higher level reinforcements from your guildmates, the safer you're going to be. The only other thing to consider here is troops. Keeping a lot of siege on hand is risky. They are weak against all troop types. Consider the boosts you have on your empire and which troop type is the strongest. That's the one you want to keep more of, as they will fight back harder when being attacked. So these are just the basics. There are other ways to keep what you've worked so hard for safe, like ghost rallying your hero and mercenary troops, guardians, traps, and which hero and gear you defend with. We will cover these off in other videos, so be sure to keep an eye out. Good luck, happy building, and try not to end up too toasty.